निन्दन्तं
जय जय नित्यानंद रोहिणी कुमार पतित उद्धार लागी सुबाहु पसार गद गद मधुर मधुराद परधे के घरे प्रेमे धरी देय कौन जय जय नित्यानंद रोहिणी कुमार पतित उद्धार लागी सुबाहु पसार डगमग लोचन गोरये निरंतर शोणर कमलेन फिरये भ्रमर धयार ठाकुर निताय पर दुःख जाने हरि नामेर माला गांती दिल जाने जाने जय जय नित्यानंद रोहिणी कुमार पतित उद्धार लागी सुबाहु पसार
Haribol, Vidhu Prabhu, Jai Ho.
Jai Ho, Hare Krishna.
Badai Ho. Yes.
Jai.
Okay, so when are we going on? We're live?
We are live. Looks like we are live.
Okay, welcome everyone. It's Balaram's appearance day today. It's called Balaram Purnima. Apparently somebody corrected me, you can't call it Balaram Jayanti. It's only for Krishna Jayanti. That's a new one. And so we got lots and lots of good stuff happening today. We've got a class by Raghupatiji. He always brings something special to the table. And we're looking forward to that, Prashad. And also yesterday we did an amazing thing, celebrating Balaram Jayanti in advance. Our Sachin and Nita Chand were taken to some houses and the houses were blessed. And Vidhu Prabhu, maybe you can say, I mean, you received the Lordship. How did it feel yesterday, receiving the Lordship?
Yes, we were the first house in Coventry, but the deities first went to Rugby. And while the deities were on the way to our house, the last house was Jayarada's, and there was an excited message from her. So, you know, we were already excited when we got the exciting feedback from Jayarada. It was wonderful. And when we had the little auspicious rain.
Okay.
And the car pulled up, and it was just fantastic. You know, Vidurani had worked really hard from early morning. This Mataji's, you know, they're the Shakti force. So she was just cooking uncooked like anything for the Lordships. Made a wonderful offering. So And I spent the previous day just washing our drive with the jet wash, just so for 2 days we're just preparing for this and getting excited. And it wasn't disappointing. It was brilliant to receive the Lordship, absolutely brilliant. And then we made our offering to the Lordships, and then the arti to the Lordships, and then to our little surprise, Shravan pulls out his mridanga from the boot of his car. Sudarshan is there, Kartals, and while I'm doing the arti, they're singing the to the Lordships. Brilliant.
Wow. Excellent. Now, I think if the lockdown or this environment is on, I mean, we can do the same thing next year as well. If people are unable to go to the temple, I think it's like a yatra for the Lordships to go visit different towns and cities and different houses. And apparently, the Pujari, and others notice, perhaps you notice as well, the Lordship look happy coming out.
Surprisingly, what I noticed was taking a darshan in the evening. They look very happy, all of them.
Really?
Including Jagannath, Bala, Subhadra. I just sense there's a bigger smile on their faces.
Wow.
That there was a wonderful event when they went out. I think when they came back, they were fully satisfied.
And our Pujari, they picked them up like the mother picks the baby up, saying, "Come back home now. You've been out too long."
Out too long, yeah.
It was fantastic. Okay, so I think first item is, obeisances and praise to Srila Prabhupada, founder Acharya, who made all this happen. You remember before Balaram Jayanti used to be Raksha Bandhan. That was the kind of emphasis, and we would gather there. And I always thought it's Balaram's appearance day. We're not saying much about Balaram's appearance day. And now it's funny, on WhatsApp, there's Raksha Bandhan messages as well. And I've always said, blessings to Balaram Jayanti. And by the way, Raksha Bandhan ki jai ho, the emphasis changed a little bit. And Balaram is significant. We'll talk more about that. So we'll go over to the temple now. Who's singing the Aarti? I think the temple we're going to do it, because Sudarshan Prabhu is there, or is it Damodar going to do it? Looks like Damodar might be singing it. Yeah, he's on the visual. Okay, so we go ahead and do Prabhupada Aarti. Jai Ho Damodar Prabhuji.
Hari Bol Prabhu Hare Krishna. Sri Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Jai Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Shri Guru Charana Padma.
Jai. Jai. That was wonderful, Damodar Prabhu. Bahut sundar. There was a live feeling about the whole glories. How are you doing today? Can you unmute yourself? Yeah. Could you say that again? You were muted. You okay now? Yeah.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Sorry,
Yeah.
I need you. Okay.
Yes.
How are you? All right?
Well, I'm very excited today. To me, Balaram ji,
Balaram Jayanti, yes.
he's become very significant. He's very important.
Yes.
Balaram ji, we didn't realize that. Ages ago, we didn't realize the importance of Balaram. Just like Nityanand Prabhu is very important. And we always focus on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but Nityanand is very important. Similarly, Balaram is very important. We always focus on Krishna. So today is a great day, and we can discuss that. And in the class, I'm sure more will come out. why Balaram is so important. So thank you for singing praise for, Srila Prabhupada. Jai Ho. Thank you. Jai, thank you. So Vidhu Prabhu, we have scheduled some devotees who were able to receive, and Shravan Prabhu as well, who actually was a Sarthi, and I'm told he really enjoyed the service.
He did. And I'm hearing they want to carry on next week.
Really?
That's how much they enjoyed it, yes.
Yes, fantastic.
Him and his assistant, Sudarshan.
Yeah, Sudarshan is everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, like the picture, Pranava and Satya, they're so quiet couple, and they got children who are like popcorns. They pop up everywhere, and they have the ability. It's not that they just want to show and not do it. They have the ability. As Krishna says, Purusham Nirishu. And so, because they are really brought up in the temple hall, our temple hall, and that's amazing. So fantastic. So what should we do? I think we'll call Prem Prakash Prabhu. He seemed to have a bit of a hit, He, even when Jagannathji came,
I think it's become a little popular in Hinckley, hasn't it?
Yeah, he has. And actually, before we go to them, so he's prepared. I did a video today of Sri Balaramji, and I always prepare for festivals. And just 2 days ago, I thought I got to do something for Balaramji because he's so close to my heart. And I'll talk later about it, why. And so I did about a couple of tracks, and I didn't like them. I guess, they're too cheesy and everything. So then I prayed to Lord Balaram and Saraswati Ma, and I said, look, can you give me some pleasant kind of melody where I really mean it, so it's significant. So I must say I was really happy with what we done, and I just put it out just a couple of hours ago and on the YouTube. So I think let's look at that one. It's our contribution to the festival today. So we'll talk about it more later.
Okay.
Oh, we're back on again. So the video will be on. It's being relayed from the temple. And, I get so much buzz out of the music and the video. Okay, it's on. We'll talk later. Jai.
If you want to love Krishna, then you turn to Balaram. Yeah. If you want to worship Krishna, then learn from Balaram. Yeah. If you want to love Krishna,
Jehu. So
Mm.
you are, our offering to Lordship today as a festival. I used to dream about doing melodies like that. I would hear, other songs, and I would think, how do they do it? And it's amazing that in Indian classic and all that, there is no harmonies. It's just a straight melody. That's all. So we Bharatiya people actually don't harmonize. We just sing along. And this has come up, and it's so exciting for me that with the software we have, you still have to sing the melody line, that you're able to correct your pitch and everything like that. And it comes out really, really sweet and nice like that. So it's so gratifying. All my life I wanted to do harmonies. I didn't know how to, but you got to put sort of fifth notes and whatever. And now, because I've done it a few times, so I have an ear for it, but I couldn't do it live. But doing in recording, I can do that. So listening back, I just felt so good. And I was thinking, I actually prayed, can something good come out of it, And so I was fully satisfied, and I released it for everyone. So that was the...
I must say, I heard it first driving back. I took Ridhidhar and two brothers for Raksha Bandhan.
Okay.
On the way back, she played it. So I was listening to it on her mobile phone.
Yes.
Now I've heard it on my iMac with the speaker systems, and this composition, the sound is fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Honestly, I would encourage people, don't just depend on your little phones to listen to a musical composition. If you're able to, just put it through a Bluetooth speaker or something to get the real joy out of the composition, honestly.
Yeah, actually I mix it down on a very simple system, and because I know people are going to hear it on the iPhone, because if I mix it for the Wi-Fi, it won't come out good on the iPhone. All sorts of things. But anyway, it's a bit of a progress, and there are other devotees in our yatra like Prem Prakash and Ishani. They're also trying, and it's a technical struggle. What's in our heart to put it on there, so when people hear it, they get that feeling of love which is being put across. So thanks for appreciating it. Now what we'll do is I think like to go to Prem Prakash Prabhu, and you were saying something about him. What do you observe about this wonderful couple and Aradhya, the child? What's the commitment? What's happened to the commitment?
I think I love their commitment to Krishna consciousness. It's just, I really appreciate it, and they wholeheartedly try and please the spiritual master. Whenever little projects come up, we have our yatra, we have our commitments, but they also have pressure coming in, demands coming from Mayapur, because he's holding a Chapatak Swami, that's where he's based. So they have different projects going on, and they're trying to, keep both sides happy with the commitment. So thank you, for your involvement in our yatra. We are so pleased to have you. And, you taking over Hinckley slowly, bit by bit. I think there'll be another yatra, big yatra coming up soon.
Okay, Prem Prakash Prabhu. So how was yesterday? Let us know.
Playing from iPhone.
Hey, Prabhuji. Yes.
That was lovely sound you made.
No, I speak from my mouth. I don't speak from Alexa or anywhere else. So they are super intelligent to make such sound. Dhanvat Pranam Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. It was wonderful. I mean, first of all, due to certain situations, we are not actually expecting to visit our Sachin and Nitashan, and that was really, really starting. So we heard the news that they're coming our way. So that was really, really wonderful. So we started, I mean, we don't have a lot of expectation for people to join in, but we try to put a small little effort to let them know that yes, we have our lordships visiting from temple, and then I mean, it was really exciting that they get excited as well. That yes, something exciting is going to happen, and followed by prasadam. They are well, few of them have allergies, but rest of them were really eager to receive it. They were really happy. So the day happened. We thought of, we were informed that they are coming, lordships are coming at 1 o'clock. So we started preparing like that. Then we had news that they are coming at 11 o'clock. And then we had to rush everything. So I don't know how we did it, but we made whatever we could. And then the bhoga was ready. And then we were actually rushing that they will be coming. And we have got some elderly couple informed they said that yeah, they will be coming as well. They said that will be around 1 p.m. But they rushed and they come at 11. And so they were ready. Everything was ready. And then Lordship came and everyone else.
What is the feeling when the Lordship just comes down the drive? I mean, what's happening within you?
Yeah, goosebumps basically. We don't really expect Lordships coming down. And so they're really wonderful. They're really wonderful. I mean, I'm not at that level that, I mean, probably I will have eight kind of ecstatic feelings with that, but I was more worried that whether they will be comfortable or not, how we can arrange them nicely, they can sit down and they will be all happy. So that kind of feelings were there. I mean, to make sure that they are okay. So we washed the street, we washed the
Wow.
and so that it will be all okay, all auspicious. Bhoga will be offered. Obviously, it's a shared, so we can't do all the things, but we tried our best to make it clean as much as possible.
Right. Very good. Vidhu Prabhu, I mean, you deal with the deities, you paint the deities, to you, I mean, you can go and serve as well. But what is the difference when the Lord is actually coming around the corner to your house? I mean, is it different feeling to when you go to the temple, you think?
Yeah, we said for 2 days we're preparing, and the excitement is slowly building. The expectation is building. And the last few minutes, Shravan was excellent at this duty, actually.
Yes.
He had pre-planned his route to be efficient, and he let the next part, I'm on my way, and he keeps ringing you. I'm so far away, and the last one was I'm 6 minutes away,
Wow.
5 minutes away, and then they're just around the corner, and then you get everything ready. My flower petals started sprinkling on the floor, on the footpath.
Right. Right.
Everywhere. So it honestly, it's just a build up, a swelling.
Yes.
When there's a flood or something, the riverbanks are rising.
Yes.
Boom, the flow. It's that feeling.
Yeah, Prem Prakash, but when the Lord arrives and stops, I mean, you got to be practical then, because you only got a few moments to do the art.
Yes.
How do you switch off the emotion and get into the sequence of what you have to do? I mean, I bet you stutter a little bit, like, what do I do first and whatever.
Actually, yes, Prabhuji. I mean, I was so perplexed. I mean, I was thinking like when he comes, I'll wash their feet and I'll then wash all those things, and then so when do aarti, when they're here. So I don't all planning were gone. We were not able to remember what to do, what not to do. So I mean, looking at that, I realized that how much disorganized I am. Basically, looking at that position, I can't actually. Whatever planning we do when Lordships are there, it's all instantaneous. Everything is going to happen what he wants, basically. We can't, our thing is not going to work. I mean, I'm so full that we did whatever bhoga we could do, but we forgot to offer water.
Well, it was raining, wasn't it? I mean, there's water coming from the sky. So.
dear. I mean, such things, basically. I mean. And then I realized next morning, this morning I was, okay, we did this, how, and it's not, that moment is not for that moment, just for that moment. I mean, that moment is to relish for rest of the period, basically. Maybe how long, I don't know, will be lasting, but it keeps on coming. And I mean, we keeps on remembering it. And it's so much within our heart that, okay, the Lordship came and then everyone came. And, our locality is just, I mean, not a lot many people know Lord Krishna and Hare Krishna. So they joined in, basically, and they danced. When we were doing Kirtan, they danced, and they were offering incense. And look, they will never get opportunity to go to temple, but probably they will never go. But Lordships came to their at the doorsteps, basically, to take to give them blessings and accept their service somehow, whatever small thing they are doing. That's really, really wonderful. And some were really, really interested in meditation, how the meditation go. And someone asked that how the meditation, how we do meditation and what kind of, I mean, Krishna is so merciful that he's we have to just stand spreading the glories of Mahamantra, and we have to spread Mahamantra. We have to be there for preaching, and Krishna arranges everything.
Excellent.
Nitajan came and he arranged everything.
So I believe Radhya actually did the decoration in the front and all that. Is he there to comment and or not?
He's not there.
I mean, you can. He was excited as well. So I
Yeah,
saw.
he was. Yeah, he's not here, Prabhuji, unfortunately.
Okay, that's okay. And Ishani cooked loads of stuff and
Yeah,
to the lordship, and then it was distributed to everyone because you didn't only have the lordship, you had the people to deal with as well that who turned up because both of them are like it's a strange feeling. You're going to manage them both and do it well.
it is, and we were distributing. I mean, people came until 8, almost quarter to 8 p.m. yesterday as well. So it was not that visit for that period of time, 1 hour, probably 40 minutes, half an hour, whatever the time lodges were here. But it was also beyond that because we were also distributing mercy of lordships, the prasadam to everyone. So that's really, really wonderful. And
Thank you so much. I've got to move on to somebody else. So we wanted to grab that experience you had yesterday because the lordships are coming to our house next Saturday. So I'll remember some of your points. Thank you so much. You're doing very well. Jai Ho. Jai Ho.
Thank you.
So, Vidhu Prabhu, you mentioned Shravan Prabhu. He enjoyed his service. So we would like to invite Shravan Prabhu. He'll be a voice. Can you put Shravan through, please? So he did very well, Shravan, yeah?
He actually thoroughly enjoyed himself. That's the thing. He enjoyed doing this service, and so did Sudarshan.
Yes.
And they are both commenting afterwards, they don't mind doing it again, helping again next week.
All right.
By the way, this excitement we are talking about, just to let people know that this was the first Saturday. We got more visits to do next Saturday.
And the Lordship coming to Birmingham, Solihull as well.
That's right.
And I think Stratford as well. Looks like Shravan can't join us, but what we'll do now is, if Guru Sevak and Anuragi are ready, we will do a little Kirtan and we'll carry on with the further church after that. And just don't forget, Raghupati is giving the class today, and I'm looking forward to what he has to say about Balaram. Okay, Guru Sevak Prabhu, it's our turn next week to receive the Lordship. So, please call him, inspire him to come to 19 Gloucester Street. Here we go. Jai Ho.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram.
Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram.
Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram.
Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram.
Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Oh Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari, Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari. Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari, Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari. Oh Nityananda Ram, Jayo Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Jayo. Oh Nityananda Ram, Jayo Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Jayo Nityananda Ram. Oh Nitai, 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 Gauranga, Nitai, 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 Gauranga. Oh Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari, Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari. Oh Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari, Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Jaya Jai Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Oh Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Nitai Go. Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Nitai Go. Go to Premanande.
Jai. Well done. That was absolutely beautiful. Thank you very much. You're muted, Haridas.
Oh yeah, thank you. Okay, that was really nice. I mean, that's your grihastha ashram. Husband, wife, make a wonderful kirtan. That's what grihastha life is, glorifying the Lordship. So that was wonderful. Thank you very much. We're pushed for time, but I want to thank Pranava Prabhu for doing the turbans of Gonitai. They look so gorgeous. And Pujari Dev is excellent at it. But when you come on, you have your little, style there, which I can't even work it out how you do it. Fantastic. You're good at, you're Mr. Pleats. You can make pleats like with anything. Better than the women can with their sari. It's fantastic. Thank you, Pranava. Now, there's one person who would have been most excited. Who do you think that is?
Jai Radhe, I think.
Lordship. What was that?
Jai Radhe, I would
Jai
think.
Radhe. I think she's on. Come on, Jai Radhe, where are you? Yeah, Sudarshan. Okay, put Jai, you said there should be Jai Radhe. Come on, you got such a wonderful.
Have you been smiling since yesterday? Have you been smiling since yesterday?
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Okay, over to you. How did you feel yesterday, and what was going in your mind?
Absolutely magical. They came home, and that was the most exciting part, that they came home and I could see them so closely. And I did Aarti, I offered them what I made for them, and just seeing them here at home was just amazing. And now, so again, I have to cherish and wait another year for them to come home again. And it's just so amazing that, they've come out and they were smiling, and their eyes were I was just in awe that they've come again to my house, really their mercy. And actually, I should say it's your mercy and Vidar Uncle's mercy that you're allowing for the deities to come out and visit the deities, the devotees at home.
Yes.
And it's just amazing.
So this is our Rath Yatra in one sense, But
yes.
People. So I must say the idea came from when Birmingham last year, they couldn't do the Rath Yatra, they brought the Lordship. So we thought, well, before Janmashtami, we could do the same. It's not Jagannath Baldev's Bhadra, but it is Jagannath Baldev's.
Definitely.
So missing, but they are there. We arranged it, and I was thinking of you, thinking there's one person who's going to say thank you.
I can't thank you enough. That day when we went to go and do the cleaning at the temple, when it was Jagannath Puri Rath Yatra, like we did the temple, and I took darshan of them. Yes, I had tears in my eyes that I'm seeing them after so long in the temple. I was actually shaking then that time, and because it'd been so long, first of all, just to be back inside the temple room taking darshan of them on the altar. But this time coming home, it was so personal, just being there with them and just spending those moments. Shravan is saying, I've got to go. I said, yeah, a few more minutes. He's saying, Jai Radhe, what are you doing? I was busy.
Now you know how the gopis felt. Every time Krishna wanted to go, you don't want that lovely feeling to disappear. You see?
No.
And you the car and you think, oh, it's gone. They came.
Yeah.
Never mind your separation. I've got to go to the next house. There's something else.
Yeah. Now I'm cherishing the moment when again you'll say, oh, Jai Radhe, they're coming again. And I was like, yes, they're coming. And Jay, I can't wait for that moment. Yeah. Just really amazing. Please, Prabhuji, please keep blessing us like this with their darshan. And we can't wait to get back in the temple, obviously.
But thank you for expressing your emotion. It was lovely. I'd like to thank also Thakurbai and Neela Band with their recorded message. We run out of time. And I think that it was excellent. They did their service of reminding people of the Lordship is coming, preparing that. So I'd like to thank you. Rugby Yatra, did brilliant. And Shravan, thank you so much. You enjoyed it. I think you'll get a slot next year as well. So I think next Saturday. Thank you so much. Raghupati is waiting in the wings, and we're going to have a class. And so with the Prabhu, whenever we have festival, we think of Raghupati because he brings to the table some really nice, authentic, shastric realizations. And, I really get impressed with that. Well, what do you think?
He always brings joy to all the devotees because he does Haris. Thank you.
Very smart.
And so you bring joy to all of us in our yatra and who are listening because you do such a in-depth analysis and research in the Shastras. So it's very, very scriptural what you are saying. And that warms our heart so much.
Yeah, I imitated your background. You had that. I thought I gotta have one.
I like yours.
Yeah, well, I had earlier on because Alok wasn't there. Somebody put the background, And Balaram's head had disappeared, so I don't know what to do. We were trying to drag it, but set it up nicely. So all this technical is actually a joy, isn't it? I mean,
It is.
ancient sages would envisage this. They could actually see Vrindavan and all that. So we are really doing it virtually. But the excitement is there. Something happens to the eyes, like the relevance, the connection,
Yeah.
And I must thank the technology for that. And we're able to talk sitting at the comfort of our homes. And it's wonderful. But anyway, apart from that now, I'm really looking forward to what you have to say, because Balaram is called Adi Guru, right? And he's Nityananda as well. You have to go through Nityananda. And then he's Anant Shesh as well. And he's Sankarshna. I mean, Anang Manjari, he serves Anang Radharani in that confirm. There's so much there. And it bewilders you. And yet, we don't really glorify Balaram enough, but he's there. It's like supporting the whole thing. It's like the foundation. So I'm sure you'll explain on that. In brief, what is your connection with Balaramji, like in your spiritual life? I mean,
Thank you, bro. Hare Krishna.
I'll ask you a question. In brief, if you could share with me how Balaram has impacted you, while on this journey of Krishna consciousness. Do you feel it's significant? Know what you read, like personally, how did you feel Balaram? Because you served in Krishna Balaram Mandir in Vrindavan. So you would have, I mean, he's so beautiful there. So maybe you could tell the viewers a little bit how Balaramji became significant to you.
Thank you for asking this question. Such questions bring so much joy. That's why the sages are praising Shaunak Rishi, because he is asking questions which are called Krishna Samprasna. Munyaha Krishna Samprasna. Bhavadhir Lok Mangalam. So first of all, he is congratulating Sud Goswami, all the rishis, particularly Shaunak Rishi, and thank you for asking such a question, because these questions are called Krishna Samprasna. They are related to Krishna. And because they are related to Krishna, they bring auspiciousness in the world. That's why hearing the questions and the descriptions and answer to those questions, it brings auspiciousness. So let me just very briefly try to answer your question. What's my relationship with Lord Balaram? And I can only say that there's no spiritual life without Lord Balaram. Because he is Adi Guru, and all these spiritual masters are Prakasha Vigraha, simply expansions of the mercy of Lord Balaram. So, if we don't worship Lord Balaram, there's no spiritual life for anyone. You know the story of Raghunath Das Goswami, who tried to get Mahaprabhu's association.
That at the moment, yes.
Yeah. And Mahaprabhu did not allow that. He wanted the right channel to be approached. And that right channel was the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda, who is Balaram. So there's no spiritual life without Lord Balaram. Now, fortunately, by some good fortune, some 32 years back, I got a picture of Krishna Balaram in Kanpur when I was studying. So when I was purchasing those books from Iskcon devotees of Vrindavan during my college education there, they also gave me free picture of Krishna Balaram. So I used to watch that picture and think that maybe one day I'll see them.
Wow.
And it so happened that not long after, maybe just after a year or so, by the mercy of Lord Balaram, Sri Krishna Balaram, and I went to Vrindavan. And the rest is history. So that's my relationship with Balaram. I don't know myself, but whenever I had the opportunity to serve Jagannath Baldev Subhadra in the Yatra, or whatever region, I don't know myself, but I would end up serving Lord Balaram. Similarly, when I first started dressing Sri Gaunita in Vrindavan, then the Pujari would say to me, he said, you dress Mahaprabhu and I will dress Nityanand Prabhu. And he was my trainer. So he would say every day, he would say like that. He would say, you dress Mahaprabhu and I'll dress Nityanand Prabhu. And I used to be just perplexed with this every day. Because we were told that first you serve Prabhupada in Prabhupada Samadhi, then you serve Gaunitai, then Krishna Balaram, then Radhashyam Sundar. But when I went on the altar, he would say every day, same story. So then I asked him, why do you say like this? Every time I come on the altar, you say you serve Mahaprabhu, and I'll serve Nityanand Prabhu. Then he explained. He said, nobody can approach Mahaprabhu without Nityanand Prabhu. So I was simply testing you to see how you approach your spiritual life. So there is no spiritual life without Nityanand Prabhu or without Balaram.
That statement is perfect. So we'll leave you at that point to hear the rest of it and your realizations and information. Thank you so much for coming on the program, making this festival significant. Thank you so much. So we'll see you later.
Thank you, Prabhu. It's a wonderful occasion, and I'm looking forward to your presentation on Lord Balaram. Okay. Anuragi Mataji, or whoever is the host, can you make me co-host so I can share the verse I'm going to read? So please.
It'll be Sudarshan at the temple. Yeah.
Sudarshan, yes, Sudarshan. Okay, Sudarshan, you need to allow me to share the Srimad Bhagavatam verse.
Yes, Prabhuji, I've given you co-host rights. You should be able to share.
Okay, that's good. And are you recording the class? Yeah. Because
you can record, Prabhuji, on your laptop itself.
so I can record it. Yes. Okay, yeah. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. Hare Krishna. We will start our discussion from the reading of Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 15, and Krishna's own glorification of Lord Balaram. So who can glorify Lord Balaram better than Krishna himself? So here, first of all, we are going to hear the glorification of Lord Balaram by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna himself. I have selected just one or two verses. So let's just read those verses. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudire. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavati Tubhyam Vasudevaya Dhimahi Pradyumnaya Niruddhaya Namaha Sankarshanaya Cha. Shri Bhagwan Vacha. Aho Ami Devavaram Rachitam Padam Bhujam Te Sumanaha Falarhanam Namanti Padaya Shikabhiratmana Tamo Apahattai Tarujan Yatkrutam. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Supreme Personality of God had said, O greatest of lords, just see how these trees are bowing their heads at your lotus feet, which are worshipable by the immortal demigods. The trees are offering you their fruits and flowers to eradicate the dark ignorance that has caused their birth as trees. Purport: the trees of Vrindavan were thinking that because of past offenses, they had now taken birth as trees, and being immovable, could not accompany Lord Krishna in his wanderings throughout the Vrindavan area. In fact, all the creatures of Vrindavan, including the trees and cows, were great souls who could personally associate the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because of ecstatic sentiments of separation, the trees considered themselves in ignorance and thus tried to purify themselves by bowing down at the lotus feet of Krishna and Balaram. Lord Krishna, understanding their mentality, simultaneously glanced at them with affection and praised their devotional service before his older brother Balaram. Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjan Shalakaya Chakshunmilitamena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitan Manobhishtam Sthapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utpadikamlam Shri Guru Vaishnavascha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagaraghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijan Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahadguna Lalita Shri Vishakhanvita He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapti Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Pancha Kalputaru Bhayasya Kripa Sindhu Bhevicha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Sri Sri Krishna Balaram Ki Jai Sri Balaram Purnima Ki Jai Hare Krishna. So we like to thank our devotees in Coventry to allow us this opportunity to speak on Lord Balaram on Balaram. What could be a better good fortune? Thank you very much. So today we have various festivities, and just now we had nice kirtan. So we'll keep the lecture short and then look forward to the rest of the festivities this evening. The verse we have just read is a glorification of Lord Balaram by his younger brother and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. So this is how Krishna is glorifying Lord Balaram, who is non-different from him, apart from the complexion, which is whitish, as opposed to Krishna's complexion, which is blackish. So here the Lord says, Shri Bhagwan Vacha, Aho Ami Devo Var Amrarchitam Padam Mujamti Sumanaha Falarhanam Namanti Padai Shikhaviratmanaha Tamo Apahatai Taru Janma Yadkritam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O greatest of Lords, just see how these trees are bowing their heads to your lotus feet. which are worshipable by the immortal demigods. The trees are offering you their fruits and flowers to eradicate the dark ignorance that has caused their birth as trees. So Krishna himself is glorifying Lord Balaram, and this is the best type of glorification. The Lord becomes so pleased when Balaram, the Adi Guru, or his representative, the spiritual master, is glorified. As you may remember, Krishna's statement from Adi Purana. He says that one who says that I am Krishna's devotee is not my devotee, but who says that I am devotee of Krishna's devotee is accepted by me. So Mahaprabhu has given us the perfect formula, which is Gopi Bhartu Padikamlayor Das Dasam Das. We cannot become Krishna's servant or serve Krishna directly. And this is not the purpose of our movement or Mahaprabhu's movement. Mahaprabhu came to teach us this important message. Gopi Bhartu Padkamalayor Das Dasanudasa. So the first and foremost servant of Krishna is the spiritual master, Guru. And Lord Balaram is Adi Guru. He is the spiritual master of all the spiritual masters. So Krishna himself is setting an example that Guru must be glorified. Without satisfying the Guru, the spiritual master, there is no spiritual life. Yes prasadat, bhagavad prasadat. Yes prasadat, na gati kutu api. These are very, very important statements from our acharyas. So nagati kutu api. There is no gati, no destination for a person who has no shelter of his spiritual master, or who moves away from the shelter of his spiritual master. Ashralaya jai bhaje tahi Krishna nahi taje ar sab mare karan. Anyone who takes shelter of Krishna through the spiritual master, that person is never ever abandoned by Krishna. Ar sarvam mare karan, and everyone else is simply dying uselessly. So in order to attain spiritual perfection, we go through the agency of Lord Balaram's representative, Guru, the spiritual master. And all the incarnation, when Krishna comes, he accepts his spiritual master. At Lord Ramchandra, he accepted Vasishtha Muni and Vishwamitra Muni. As Krishna, he accepted Sandipani Muni. And in Mathura, Gargacharya. Then as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he accepted Ishwar Puri. As Parasuram, he accepted Kashyap Muni as his spiritual master, and Lord Shiva himself. As Parasuram, Lord Parasuram worships Lord Shiva as his worshipable deity. And Lord Shiva is also the spiritual master and worshipable deity of Lord Parasuram. So in all the incarnations, Krishna accepts a Guru. And here, the Lord himself is glorifying the Adi Guru, Lord Balaram. Krishna is very pleased because these trees, which are supposed to be immovable, they are offering obeisances to Lord Balaram, and that pleased Krishna. Immediately, that caught the attention of Krishna, Supreme Lord. So imagine that a person, a devotee, when he glorifies the Guru, the spiritual master, immediately that catches Krishna's attention. And this is what the trees of Vrindavan have done. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying, Aradhya Bhagwan Brajestana Dham Vrindavan. Just like Brajestana, the son of Nanda Maharaj, Nandanandan Sri Krishna is worshipable. Similarly, Vrindavan is also worshipable. In Vrindavan, everything is Chinmay, Ananda Chinmay, Prisprati Bhavita. Everything is Chinmay. These trees are also Chinmay. They're eternal, wish fulfilling trees. But because they have taken a position of offering respect to Lord Balaram, immediately it attracted Krishna's attention. And Krishna is trying to get Lord Balaram's attention for the trees. So this is the position of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Balaram. As Prabhu has mentioned earlier on, that Lord Balaram is everything. In spiritual life, whatever we see, whatever we have, whatever perfection we aspire for, everything is sustained by Lord Balaram. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has described Nityananda Prabhu, who is Balaram himself, as Sankarshanaha Karanutvarshai Garbhodashai Chapayabdashai Seshasya Shans Kulasanithya Nandakiramaha Sharanam Namaste. I offer my obeisances to Lord Nityananda, Balaram, who is the origin of Sankarshana. So Krishna expands himself as Balaram, Balaram expands himself as four quadruple, Chaturvyuha, Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. Then from Sankarshan, first Sankarshan, there's another Chaturvyuha, quadruple manifestations. Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. From second Sankarshan, then Karanaduk Sai Vishnu, Garbhoduk Sai Vishnu, then Shiroduk Sai Vishnu, and then Anandushets. So Lord Balaram is serving Krishna in unlimited forms. That's why he is known as Ananda, unlimited forms. So he manifests himself as the holy Dham. Then all the paraphernalia of Krishna's worship. Gayatri, mantra we chant. So the thread, sacred thread is Lord Balaram. Krishna's Paduka, his Singhasan, and all the paraphernalia is Balaram. Krishna has multifarious energies, Parashakti Vivdhavishruyate, Swabhaviki Jnanam Lakriyaji. Multifarious energies, and amongst those, three are principal energies. And those are known as Samvit, Sandhini, and Hladini. The Lord Balaram represents Sandhini Shakti. Srimati Radharani, Hladini Shakti. The Lord Balaram is Sandhini Shakti. He represents Sandhini Shakti. So there are two gurus, Adi gurus, in our Sampradaya. Nityananda Prabhu or Lord Balaram, and then Srimati Radharani. These are gurus in our Sampradaya. And Srimati Radharani is Guru. She is the Guru. But who is Guru? She is the Guru of Krishna. Krishna Vande Jagat Guru. Krishna is the Jagat Guru, the universal spiritual master. But Krishna's Guru is Srimati Radharani. Lord Balaram, although he appears to be assisting the Lord in multifarious forms, but he is the Adi Guru, Lord Balaram. So with that understanding that Lord Balaram is being glorified with Krishna, now we will take the opportunity to remember some of the pastimes of Lord Balaram that glorify him. So in various scriptures, particularly in Srimad Bhagavatam, in Garga Samhita, and then literature that has been written by Goswamis, Gopal Champu, Anand Vrindavan Champu, and various literatures, there are abundant of pastimes. So many pastimes. So here we'll remember just a few pastimes of Lord Balaram. I'm just going to narrate Dhenukasur Vad and possibly Pulambasur Vad, two important pastimes. So in Brij Leela, Krishna is the fountainhead of all incarnations. Iswara Paramaha Krishna, Satchidananda Vigraha, Anadiradir Govinda, Sarvakaran Karan. So Iswara Paramaha Krishna. Krishna is Param Ishwara. Srimad Bhagavatam also confirms that. So the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam is contained in Brahma Samhita. That's why the verses of Brahma Samhita are extremely important. Because Brahma Samhita was discovered by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in South India. 5th chapter of Brahma Samhita. And Mahaprabhu considered that Brahma Samhita, particularly the 5th chapter, the prayers of Lord Brahma, they contain the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam. So in Brahma Samhita, Lord Brahma has confirmed himself. Ramadi Murti Su Kalani Mena Tishta Nanavataram Akrodha Bhuvaneshu Kintu Krishna Swam Sambhavat Paramaha Pumanyo Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajam. I worship the primeval Lord Govinda. So starting from Lord Ram, Sri Ramchandra. Starting from Lord Ram, there are many, many incarnations. But amongst all these incarnations, Krishna is the Bhagavan Swayam. So Srimad Bhagavatam is saying Krishna is the Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Brahma Samhita is saying Krishna Sambhavat Paramaha Pumanyo. So Krishna is Param Purusha. Same thing. So Srimad Bhagavatam has been summarized in essential form in Brahma Samhita. The conclusion of Srimad Bhagavatam appears in Brahma Samhita. So that is our Gaudiya Vaishnava understanding that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and he is the fountainhead of all incarnations, including Lord Balaram. So, having that understanding, now we move on to many forms of Ram. Krishna has many forms which are known as Ram. The Lord Shri Ram, Ayodhyapati Ram, Dasranandan Ram, then Parashuram, then Balaram, then Nityananda Ram. So all these forms are known as Ram in short. Like Lord Parashuram is also known as Ram. Lord Balaram is also known as Ram. Kritvan Nikil Karmani Saharamen Keshava. Atimartyani Bhagwan Gudha Kapatmansha. Who sages, O Sudha Goswami, Sonakrishi is saying, please tell us, what wonderful activities did the Lord perform along with or assisted by Lord Balaram when being masked as a human being? So Pulambasur and Dhenukasur, two important demons were killed in Vrindavan by Lord Balaram. So when Krishna comes, all their other incarnations also come with Krishna. When Krishna is killing the demons, he is killing as Vasudeva. But when he is herding the cows, then he is the Supreme Lord of Brij, Brajendranandan Sri Krishna. So Lord Balaram is second expansion of Krishna. Krishna's own first is expansion of Krishna is Lord Balaram. So one time, many cowherd boys approached Lord Balaram and saying to him that in wrestling, sometime you defeat us. And then you pose as if you are very powerful. But the fact is that you have never killed a demon. Now we will consider that you are really powerful if you can kill some demons. So Lord Balaram took that as a challenge. So he immediately said yes. He jumped up and he prepared himself to kill demon. Then all Krishna's Balsaka, Gopsaka came. Subal, Shridham, Stok Krishna. And they said that we have heard that in Talvan, there are very nice, sweet smelling fruits, Tal fruits. But nobody can go there, even the birds can't fly. Because the forest is protected by Dhenukasura, a donkey demon, an ash demon, and his friends. So why don't you kill this donkey demon so that all of us and other Brijavasis can enjoy the Tal fruits? Lord Balaram liked the idea. So Lord Balaram then started off to go to Talvan. That day they were grazing their cows in Govardhan. From Govardhan to Talvan. Lord Krishna understood, so he indicated to his friends, cowherd friends, to gather all the calves that they were grazing. They were herding calves, not the cows, because they were still young, between the age of 5 and 10. The Lord Balaram went and he started shaking the fruits and uprooting them. That time, Dhenukasura was sleeping. He was having a nap, his afternoon nap. So when he heard that somebody has come and started uprooting the fruits, Tal fruits, and shaking them so violently, immediately came and attacked Lord Balaram with his hind legs. Lord Balaram caught up his hind legs. First of all, Lord Balaram, he demonstrated to this demon that his attack has no meaning. It doesn't affect him at all. The demon was getting frustrated that he was attacking with full force, and it had no effect on Lord Balaram. So Lord Balaram then playfully took his hind legs, threw him on the top of the tal trees, and he threw him many yojanas apart. So he got up, he became unconscious for a short while, then got up again, he started fighting. So this fight went on for some time. Now Lord Balaram and caught hold of his hind legs and threw him to Govardhan. He landed in Govardhan. There, he remained unconscious for few ghadis, some time. And then when he got up, then he started attacking Krishna. So Krishna then attacked him, but he did not want to kill him. Krishna did not want to kill him because there is a mystery why Krishna himself would not kill Dhenukasura. The mystery is that Dhenukasura, he was connected to Prahlad Maharaj. He was son of Bali Maharaj named Sahasik. So Krishna had promised at Nrsimhadev to Prahlad Maharaj that he would never kill his family members. That's why Krishna did not kill Banasur, although Banasur 5,000 years ago fought with Krishna along with Lord Shiva and Ganeshji, Kartikeya. But Krishna did not want to kill him. Similarly, Krishna wanted Lord Balaram to kill Dhenukasura because he happened to be connected to Lord's dear devotee, Prahlad Maharaj and Bali Maharaj. So Krishna was fighting with Dhenukasur. Dhenukasur took Krishna 1 lakh yojanas, very, very high in the sky, and fought with him. So Krishna attacked him and he fell unconscious, Dhenukasur. Then Dhenukasur, you can imagine how powerful he was. He uprooted Govardhan hill, so powerful, and threw at Krishna. So Krishna grabbed Govardhan hill like a ball and threw back at Dhenukasur. This fight went on for some time. Then Krishna thought, okay, let's not play with Govardhan hill. So he took Govardhan hill and put Giriraj on his place and then threw Dhenukasur to be treated by Lord Balaram. So Lord Balaram and realized that actually now this demon has to die. He got hold of his hind legs and threw him on the tal fruit. And Dhenukasur then eventually died. Now, 2 things are important to mention here. First, who was this Dhenukasur? We said earlier on that he was Bali Maharaj's son, Sahasik, who was cursed by Durvasa Muni one time. Sahasik with 10,000 girlfriends went to Gandhamadan, and there he was creating havoc. He was enjoying with those girls and creating havoc. Durvasa Muni was meditating on Krishna and performing austerities. So his meditation broke. When he came out of the cave from Gandhamadan mountain, he saw Sahasik, the son of Bali Maharaj, frolicking like a donkey, an ass, and enjoying himself, these young girls. So he cursed him that, you fool, you broke my meditation. And you are creating this havoc, enjoying yourself like a donkey. So I cursed you to become a donkey for 400,000 years. Long time. 400,000 years. So when he was cursed like that, Dhenukasur, Sahasik came to his senses and he begged Durvasa Muni. Durvasa Muni said, you will be delivered when the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna comes along with Balaram. So you will be killed by Balaram. And then you will be delivered and go back to Golok. So when Lord Balaram killed Dhenukasur, immediately he assumed a transcendental body. He was being served in his transcendental body by thousands of servants, celestial servants. And he had a chariot, a golden chariot, waiting for him. So, having been killed by Lord Balaram, Dhenukasur or Sahasik, the son of Bali Maharaj, then circumambulated Lord Balaram and Krishna, Sri Krishna Balaram, and went back to Golok. So this is the deliverance of Dhenukasur. Our acharyas explained that Dhenukasur represents foolishness, stupidity, ignorance. So Guru, Adi Guru, Lord Balaram, he kills our ignorance, stupidity, foolishness. Om Jnanatimarandasya Jnananjan Shalakya. We sing the praises of the spiritual master because the spiritual master eradicates our ignorance. And this is what Lord Balaram did. He killed Dhenukasur. Other consideration is that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained that Lord Balaram kills Dhenukasur. So this is also indication that all false gurus, they will not achieve perfection, and their followers will not achieve perfection. And therefore, Lord Balaram, he eradicates these false propensities. So when we see the attempt of someone posing as a guru without having actual qualifications, they represent Dhenukasur. Dhenukasur was a servant of Kansa. Kansa wanted to kill Krishna. Dhenukasur was serving Kansa and guarding the forest of Talvan and Brijmandal for Kansa's pleasure. So when a spiritual, so-called spiritual master is serving some atheistic purpose and guarding the fruits, Tala fruits, or the fruits of action for their own pleasure or pleasure of their masters, without offering them to Krishna, that is also representing Dhenukasur's propensity. So that's the explanation Mahaprabhu gave. The false gurus are represented by Dhenukasur. And Adi Guru, Lord Balaram, does not tolerate these false gurus. So anyone who takes up the position of being a spiritual master, Mahaprabhu has simplified this. Amar agya guru haiya, taro hi desh. Jare dekho tar, kaho Krishna upadesh. By my order. Mahaprabhu is saying by my order, Mahaprabhu's order. You become a spiritual master and deliver this country. So what do you have to do? Jare dekho tar, kaho Krishna upadesh. Whoever you see, you simply tell them Krishna's instructions. In Bhagavad Gita, in Srimad Bhagavatam, whatever Krishna's instructions are there, you just simply repeat them. So if we do that, then Mahaprabhu is authorizing everyone, become a guru. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur explained that Mahaprabhu has ordered me. And then he quoted this verse, Amar Agya, by my order. So this is Mahaprabhu's order. And every member of Krishna consciousness movement, Mahaprabhu Sampradaya, become a spiritual master, in the sense, a preacher. We become a preacher of Krishna consciousness. Everyone become a preacher. And being a preacher is the position of being a Siksha Guru to others. Guru Haya. Amaragya Guru Haya. Taro hi desh. Jare dekho taro ko Krishna desh. So this is the pastime of the deliverance of Dhenukasur. I'm just going to very briefly quote another pastime of Palambasur. So Palambasur was another demon killed by Lord Balaram. Palambasur was sent by Kansa. Kansa used to send so many demons. And I think previously I have mentioned this, that this killing of demon had become like a clock. This was serving like a clock in Vrindavan. So when the first demon was killed, that was the time for breakfast. When second demon is killed in the noontime, so then that's the time for lunch. When the third demon is killed, then there's time to go home. So killing of demon was serving like a clock for them. It was timekeeping in Vrindavan. So many demons were coming. Only principal demons have been described in Srimad Bhagavatam and other scriptures. So Kansa was sending multifarious demons, and Krishna was killing them one after another. Palambasur came. Pralambasur disguised himself as a cowherd boy, and Lord Balaram recognized him. So Pralambasur thought that Krishna cannot be defeated. But let me just defeat Balaram. Because Balaram and Krishna are inseparable. So if Balaram dies, then Krishna will also die. That was his thinking. He disguised himself as a cowherd boy, cheating propensity. So Pralambasur represents cheating propensity, disguising himself as a cowherd boy, which he is not. He is a demon, but disguising himself as a cowherd boy. So he went to Lord Balaram's group. The play was going on. The condition was that anyone who loses the game will have to carry the winner up to Yamuna. Pralambasur lost his game knowingly, and now he was supposed to carry Lord Balaram up to Yamuna. But instead of going to Yamuna, he took Lord Balaram on his back. He rushed to Mathura, and then he assumed his gigantic body. Lord Balaram immediately understood that this was a demon, and it struck him on his head. So that demon, Pralambasur, vomiting blood, he fell down on the ground. So this is how Lord Balaram killed Pralambasur. Now the question is, who was this Pralambasur? And why he had taken such a form? So one time, there was a Gandharva, Huhu. He had a son, Vijay. And this Vijay was a devotee of Krishna. So he was a devotee of Vishnu. He was a Vishnu Bhakta, but a servant of Kuber. So one time he entered Kuber's garden. That time Kuber had a problem. The problem was that from his garden, Kuber has a very beautiful garden surrounded by Mandakini in his capital city. So Kuber noticed that some demigods as well as human beings were coming and taking flower from his garden. And these flowers were actually were kept for Lord Shiva's worship. Kuber is a worshipper of Lord Shiva. By the mercy of Lord Shiva, Kuber has become so wealthy. He has become the treasurer of demigods. So Kuber cursed that anyone who takes flower from my garden will become a demon. Now, Vijay, the son of Huhu, Gandharva, did not know this. And he was a devotee, Vishnu Bhakta. So by the curse of Kuber, this innocent Vishnu Bhakta, Vijay became a demon. So he went immediately to Kuber and he said, "What has happened to me? Please explain." And Kuber said, "Actually, I have released a curse that anyone who takes flower from my garden will become a demon. So you will become a demon. But don't you worry, because when Krishna comes along with his brother Balaram, you will be delivered by Lord Balaram's mercy." So Pralambasur, although in his previous life he was a devotee, but due to the curse, he became an associate of Kansa. And he was serving Kansa's purpose, not Lord Vishnu's purpose. Name vidu swarthi gatim hi Vishnu. So people in general don't know that their ultimate destination is Lord Vishnu, and their ultimate aim is to get the favor of Vishnu. So their swarthi gati, our ultimate selfish interest, is to satisfy Vishnu. When we deviate from this selfish interest, then we fall in fall victim to Maya and suffer. So despite being a devotee, due to the curse, he became an associate of Kamsa. And then he was serving Kamsa's purpose, not Vishnu or Krishna's purpose. And he accepted the cheating propensity to present himself, which he was not. He presented himself as a cowherd boy, and he was not. So he was trying to superficially fake perfection without being perfected. So fake perfection will not help. Real perfection will come by the mercy of Lord Balaram, Shri Guru. So Plambasur was also delivered by the mercy of Lord Balaram. Shri Balaram is Adi Guru, and one of the most amazing description I have found is by His Holiness Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj. And I always try to remember this. He says, when Krishna's mercy assumes a body and appears before us, that is Shri Guru. Guru is called Krishna Kripa Shrimurti, the personification of Krishna's mercy. So all these spiritual masters, bona fide spiritual masters, are the expansions of Lord Balaram, who is Adi Guru. He is Adi Guru. Somebody may say, why Lord Balaram is known as Adi Guru? Why not Krishna? Because Krishna is known as Adi Guru. Vasudeva Sutam Devam, Kansa Chadun Mardanam, Devaki Paramanandam, Krishna Mande Jagat Guru. So Krishna is Jagat Guru. And you are saying Lord Balaram is Adi Guru. So actually, who is Adi Guru or who is Jagat Guru? And what's the difference between Jagat Guru and Adi Guru? So we have to understand that Lord Balaram is non-different from Krishna. So when the scriptures say Krishna Mande Jagat Guru, that Krishna is Jagat Guru, he is the spiritual master of the entire creation. So Krishna is the spiritual master of the entire creation, and Lord Balaram is his representative. So Lord Balaram is Sevak Bhagwan. He assumes himself as Sevak Bhagwan, and Krishna is Sevya Bhagwan. Krishna Mande Jagat Guru, and Lord Balaram being the Adi Guru is the same, because Lord Balaram is simply the second body of Krishna, with a different color. So Lord Balaram is Adi Guru because he is showing to all living beings how to serve Krishna. Earlier on, Haridas Prabhu mentioned how Lord Balaram is serving Krishna in all the rasas, all principal rasas. He was serving Krishna in Shanti rasa by manifesting the holy dham and all the ingredients, paraphernalia of Krishna's worship. Shanti rasa, trees, creepers, grass, Giriraj. They are all worshipping Krishna. Earlier on, we read the verse, which is glorifying the devotees in Shanti rasa, like the trees, creepers, they are all serving Krishna in Shanti rasa. Because they are offering their respect to Lord Balaram, Krishna is very pleased. So when we serve Lord Balaram, Krishna is very pleased. When we serve Shri Guru, the spiritual master, Krishna is very pleased. So in order to attract the attention of Krishna, we have to serve Shri Guru. Anyone who thinks that they can transgress the spiritual master and go to Krishna directly, they will never get Krishna. Like we mentioned, Raghunath Das Goswami, who wanted to go to Mahaprabhu and join Mahaprabhu, but because he had not attained the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, Mahaprabhu did not allow him. But as soon as Raghunath Das Goswami received the mercy of Nityanand Prabhu. Then Raghunath Das Goswami became the associate of Mahaprabhu in Nilachal. That's the mercy of Sri Guru Krishna. So Lord Balaram serves Krishna in Shantirasa and in Dasirasa. Time to time, Lord Balaram serves Krishna like a servant. As Anant Shays, he is serving Krishna. He's holding him. Becomes a bed for Krishna. So in many forms, Lord Balaram serves Krishna in Dasirasa. He also serves as Krishna's friend in Vrindavan. They're playing, they're teasing, and they're having fun, wonderful time. Then he also served Krishna as his older brother. So he is affectionate to Krishna like his older brother, Vatsalyaras. Then he also serves Krishna as a cowherd girl, Anangamanjari, the younger sister of Srimati Radharani. The Lord Balaram serves Krishna and all the principal rasas. So today on Balaram Purnima, we pray to Lord Balaram at his divine lotus feet to give us his mercy. When Prabhupada established Krishna Balaram Mandir in Vrindavan, he told the devotees that now Krishna Balaram are here. So you simply pray to Lord Balaram for his spiritual strength. All his spiritual strength comes from Lord Balaram. So today we pray to Lord Balaram to give us the spiritual strength to remain fixed on the path of devotional service and serve Krishna under the shelter of Balaram, the Adi Guru, Shiva. Hare Krishna. We'll stop here because there are other programs already waiting.
Unmute. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Raghupati, I mean, you are fantastic. You know, Dhenukasur, you gave us the background, I didn't know. Pulambasur, I didn't know, you know. And there's so much. I always think one day I'm going to call you and get to know about all the demons, their backgrounds and all that, but it never happens. But I'm glad we get you for festivals, so you at least reveal it. I really love this, the cheating propensity, trying to show you're perfect. And Balaram will then sort that out, you know, then make you perfect. So at least, even if you're faking it, you'll meet Balaram on the way, you know. And I'm just telling, we all think we have perfected our different fields and presentations and whatever. But in our hearts, we know we're not there yet. So best thing to do is tell Balaramji, look, I don't want to fake it, but can you support me here and give me some inspiration how to then present my Krishna consciousness? So that humility is required. But if you just pose as somebody with that and want to kill Balaram, the Adi Guru, you got a problem. Because you can't have the adoration for yourself. Trinada pisuni chena tarora pisaisana amanena manadena kirtanya sadhari. I mean, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela and Krishna's Leela into, oh my God, you know, there's so much shiksha in there that you realize it isn't as simple as you thought. Okay, chant Mahamantra is good, but then later on, trying to understand the details, you got to know both the Leelas and to be. Okay, recording has stopped, somebody said. Okay, so now we're running late, but it doesn't matter, it's a festival. And what you said is going to stick in our minds. What do you think with the, what do you think of the class, Prabhu?
Outstanding, outstanding. You know, we always think we read something and we understood everything about Krishna. Oh, my goodness, what comes out to stands out for me today. One point is you said that, you know, in the scriptures only the principal demons are described, but can send many, many, many more. Mm-hmm. And therefore they're using as a clock. Vrindavan is a clock.
What I like is, you know, sometimes whether we make a statement, I can eat you for breakfast. Krishna was actually doing it. I could have him for breakfast, you know, that's a saying. So Krishna was doing it, and it's linked with prasadam, you know, the breakfast prasad, the lunch prasad, the evening. So, you know, it doesn't put him off either. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam. He's come prepared. I mean, Vasudeva is doing all the killing and Krishna is doing all the enjoying the prasadam and everything and enjoying the gopis. I mean, it took a little while to understand the two personalities in one. And that's why birth of Krishna, it's not obvious that it was Mathura. You know, there's Vasudeva there and there's Krishna Swayam coming to, Yashodhama. And only the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, they glorify that. The others are quite confused with it. And that's why it's very much confidential thing in Gaudiya Vaishnavism that you slip into a rasa, which is behind the scenes, and Bhagavatam is in the forefront with all the Siddhanta and everything. But then you have the Rahasya. And the Rahasya is the Rasya bit. That's where you get the rasa from the Rahasya. Now, if you don't go to the Rahasya, it looks dry and all that. But when you get to Rahasya, you realize, I think I'm understanding something now, because you can't understand Krishna and his Leela. What is it? Janam karam chame divyam evam yoveti tatvata. So again, you have to understand the birth. So we think what we know is Devkinandan and Vasudevanandan. But have you really understood the appearance? So this is where people like yourselves come in and enlighten everyone. And it makes Krishna conscious very dynamic, very interesting, and limitless. You can't say, I've crossed a line. There isn't a line. The line it's like the donkey, Denukas with a carrot in the front. So he's trying to eat the carrot, but the carrot is always in the front. Our Krishna consciousness is like with the Prabhu said, you think you got it, and suddenly some speaker comes, gives you even more, Oh, so fantastic. We're running late and all that, but Raghupati, you really made up a festival. I'll remember this Balaram Jayanti very well. And with the Prabhu, wasn't it great? I mean, we had less kirtans, but I think a lot of talks, but there's a lot of good feeling. And that's what Utsav is.
Glorifying Krishna through words, spoken words is also kirtan.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, And
I want to thank you both, Haridas Prabhu and Vidur Prabhu, for giving this opportunity. What really fills my heart with so much joy is that to hear you and your eagerness to absorb so much. That is really, really important. And like you were saying that Krishna is Ananta and Lord Balaram is Ananta Sheshla. So both are Ananta. There's no limit. It's simply limitless.
You can't say you don't even know a Vaishnava. Never mind the Supreme Lord. You can't understand a Vaishnava even, not because they're complicated. The depth of it, it's like the ocean. I've seen the ocean, really? Just the waves, okay, the beach or something. But what's in the depth? Oh my God, So this is very, very interesting. I get some people saying, well, I joined Iskcon and then I left and all that. Some people go to the beach but never go into the water, and then they say, okay, let me go eat chips or something by the seaside or something like that. They never entered, but they think they did. They rejected a vast ocean, and people just haven't relished. Because once you relish higher taste, Prabhupada used the word higher taste, the lower taste don't have a meaning. You keep being attracted to the higher taste. And this Krishna Katha, Utsavas, all that, they are our feast. And if you don't have that, you're going to be malnutrition, Krishna conscious wise. You got to have sadhu sang, the chanting should be enthusiastic, the kirtans, hearing these rahasyas and everything. This should be regular. This is our ocean. This is our medicine against this material, miseries and all that. People forget that. They think they know it. No. I mean, I ate 2 weeks ago. Did I not eat again? Of course, I got to eat every day. Same with Krishna consciousness. You can't say, well, I've read I read the Bhagavatam. No, you got to really regular. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is listening regularly from Gadadhar. Swarup Damodar is singing those. And this is the Supreme Lord. We need that constant relishment, like we just done it. And it's become an utsav. And really, thank you. We're really running late. Lord should be saying, where are my glorification? So we're going to the temple. And thank you very much again. We'll meet again. Definitely. And Janmashtami is coming soon. So, we might invite you, if you're free, to give us some little bit more of the rasas and all that. A bit like the festival kind of way rather than a class. Just
I'm at your service. So.
Oh, no, come on, don't say that. Okay.
Hare Krishna. Sri Krishna Ram ki jai. Shil Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Sachinandan Nitai Chan ki
jai.
Hare
Krishna. Vidu Prabhu, now you can make an announcement about Aarti at the temple. And I think the Pujari wanted to sing. So we told him, can Prama do the Aarti then? And then, our Sachinan can sing the prayers. And then I think our famous Titiksha is waiting to do Namaste. So then you can read the names of those we've got to do
Yes,
the
yeah.
and all that. So
And announcements later on. Okay, thank you. Yes, we will go to the temple straight away now for the main arati. Bring them in, please.
Am I live?
Yes.
Jayo Jayo Goracha De Arati Ko Shobha Jaya Jaya Goracha De Arati Ko Shobha Janave Tatavami Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Advaita Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Yanapatagami Nayanapatagami Bhavat Jagannath Swami Nayanapatagami Bhavat Jai Jagannath Swami Jai Jagannath Jai Baladeva Jai Subhadra Jai Jagannath Jai Raghunath Jai Baladeva Jai Subhadra Jai Ho.
Gora Premananda Hari Bol Jayam Vishnupad Paramamsa Parivrajacharya Stottara Sashri Shrimad Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Iskcon Vibhiri Founder Acharya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Shri Shri Sachinanda Nitai Chan Ki Jai. Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Madhav Shri Radha Raman Lal Ki Jai. Shri Manima Shri Madhusudan Shri Giriraj Ki Jai. Prem se ko Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityanand Shri Advaita Gadada Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Tulsi Maharani Ki Jai. Ganga Mai Yamuna Mai Saraswati Mai Ki Jai. Namachari Hari Das Thakur Ki Jai. Hare Krishna Maha Mantra Ki Jai. Hari Nam Sankirtan Yajna Ki Jai. Transcendental Book Distribution Ki Jai. Iskcon Coventry Yatra Ki Jai. Iskcon Worldwide Yatra Ki Jai. Gaura Premananda. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees. Shri Balaram Jayanti Mahotsava Ki Jai. We want to remember a few names for Lord Narasimha's blessings now. Yesterday, a couple of days ago, we received really difficult news from Keshev's sister, Kamala. Her daughter's fiance, only 22. He had a brain hemorrhage and he passed away. And they were at the temple, seeking the Lord's mercy late at night. But that was so sad to hear that. So his name is Lawrence Chin Brown. You want to remember him as a departed soul. Also, a relation in my extended family is Himatlal Hirji Gohil. He passed away recently. And of course, Samir Mojaria. We also want to remember His Holiness Jayapatak Swami, His Holiness Lokanath Swami, and all the Iskcon gurus and leaders, and all the devotees who take care of them. Also remembering Pradeep Pankhania and his daughter Reena, Lucky Roy, Rudra Datta, Prem Manjari and Shraddha Devi, Nayan Manjari and Srimati, Vijay Malan and Prem Malan, Gaura Hari's mother, John Davinder, Kishobai Thakrar, Raj Rishi's mother, and then also many other devotees suffering around the world, and also for the general well-being of the world. So, to the temple, please. I think she knew the camera was on her.
Yeah, yeah. They start young, don't worry. It gets worse and worse. That was very nice, very cute. So with the Prabhu, I mean, we got a couple of festivals coming. One is Janmashtami, the other one is Prabhupada's 125th anniversary.
Big one, big number, lovely number. Yeah.
And for the viewers, you know, we've written a song for Srila Prabhupada 125 years. So I've got to make the video. So that'll be one of the things for as an offering from the Yatra.
Lovely.
Janmashtami, you know, Ishani has compiled a song and done it, and she's going to do something with the children. And there's more we'll include. But I think today Raghupati gave us a treat, and I think the general getting everybody to make comments on how they received the deities gave the emotional side of Krishna consciousness. It's not just dry philosophy and something, you know, you hear the participants really experiencing the whole thing. Yes, yes. So Janmashtami, we look for. Vidhu, you know, we've got new dresses for the deities.
I have some announcements I would like to make.
Yes.
And that will be one of them.
And also the jewelry. There's a new jewelry as well. So there's lots of sponsorings. People can do jointly or individually. I mean, just one complete service. So I'll let you announce. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So just in case people are wondering what's happening, are we opening or not opening? We had a meeting 2-3 weeks ago about possibly opening for Janmashtami, but we decided that once the public find out that our temple is open on Janmashtami, people will just turn up even though we ask them not to, and then we might possibly lose control of the control the darshans we were planning, meaning you should be vaccinated, you should not have any temperature, etc., etc. So we decided on a big festival day like Janmashtami, people will just turn up, and it'll be uncomfortable to say no to people, and then some of them may get loud. So we took a tough decision that we will not be opening for controlled darshans till after Janmashtami, in a phase where we will do that. We just don't want to take the risk on Janmashtami Day itself. So that's the situation. It'll be a live online program as per last year. And for that, so the items for next weekend are Saturday, it's the second phase of the home visits. That's the houses which were just slotted in for next week. Now, if there's a possibility you would like a home visit, I can't guarantee anything yet. Depends how full we are, but there's no harm in you inquiring, can we fit your house in? But I can't guarantee anything. But if you're really interested and you heard how excited it was for the devotees who had it yesterday, please inquire. So Saturday is the home visits phase 2. And Sunday is the preparations at the temple at the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Will be continuing preparations for the festival on Monday and Tuesday. Monday is Janmashtami itself. There will be an Abhishek program in the morning, early morning. The times will be posted later on in our groups, notification groups, and other details also. So Abhishek on Monday morning, 30th of August, and in the evening we'll have an online Zoom program on Janmashtami. Again, the details and the timing will be posted later on. Tuesday's Srila Prabhupada's 125th anniversary, appearance anniversary. So that's wonderful. And as you heard, Haridas is preparing another wonderful video for that. I look forward to that. And there'll be other events. And that will be an evening program. I just want to also, well, these three, rather than make separate appeals, taking Janmashtami and Prabhupada's appearance together, then a lot of sponsors and donations will be required from the public. So please, if you do you feel you want to give something. By the way, some people even inquired about giving for today's appearance day of Lord Balaram. So if you want to, please go ahead, because the temple needs all the funds we can get. But the main collection is for next Monday and Tuesday. And the different items we're looking at we got new dresses for the lordships. They arrived very nicely on time this time. And they're beautiful, as the altar team have verified. They do like the dresses. There's also new jewelry for the lordships. And there'll be lots of expenditure on flowers for different garlands and different flower decorations for both days. Then there's general decoration expenses. I know they've been buying new cloth, new material. Viduran has been quite busy stitching away different materials. So all that's going on in the background. There'll be a cake on both days. There'll be uncooked offerings, big maha offerings for both days. And the Abhishek itself on Monday morning. So all that's happening, and we appeal to you, please support the temple so we can put on these lovely festivals. And if you don't mind, I'll make one more announcement just from my on my Vaduku family's behalf. My father also passed away recently, early in the year, in April. And in his memory, we are the family sponsoring another katha by His Grace Lal Govind Prabhu. And the days are Wednesday 25th to Tuesday 31st. So his last 2 days are Janmashtami and Srila Prabhupada's appearance day. This will be broadcast from Haridwar. So that's wonderful. So we are sponsoring that, and we are inviting you to tune in. The details will again be posted on our notification groups. I believe the timing is something like 12:30 in the afternoon to about 3:30-ish. The details will be there in the final posting. So Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Lovely announcements. I'm really looking forward to, for us, Janmashtami and Radhashtami, the festivals of all festivals, And we would like to thank Srila Prabhupada, and we're celebrating his 125th anniversary all over the world. And there's a birthplace where, Srila Prabhupada was born, and the government had that property. So the devotees are purchasing that, and they made an appeal, can people help, because they're short of some funds. And so that appeal has gone around. So I try to that's why I started to write the song and everything. And the money had to be available by the end of this month. And they found that, Vaishnavas are good-hearted, but, they're not quick enough to fund. Some communities are very quick. So they said, we borrowed the money to do the purchase at least and start to dismantle some of the properties which are on the side and vacate it. So they've done it. So I just thought, well, this gives us opportunity at least then, for 125th anniversary, because we owe it to Srila Prabhupada. At least his birthplace will be protected in the hands of the institution he created. And then in future, it'll be a place of pilgrimage, because the books we read and, more and more I'm finding that, how did you become a devotee, especially in the West, saying, well, I went to such function and there was a book there. I picked it up and I thought, that's interesting. And they became devotees. Srila Prabhupada is still reaching out to people. So I would say such great personalities, land where he was born is worthy of, a visit. And so it's good that they're buying that. So I would say that we got some time now because they borrowed the money. So we would like to collect money for that. And I've asked one or two and they said they would like to give. And also I like to say that for the outfits, I've asked one person, would they be interested? So, they said yes. So I don't know whether it's a full amount or towards it or something. But if there's anybody else who would like to give towards it, the benefits are amazing. A long time ago, I used to stand on the stage with the Kandadi Prabhu and all that at the manor, because they would do the auction for the following year, Janmashtami. And once I was on stage and, he was saying, okay, who's going to sponsor the crown? Because he did item by item. So I whispered to him, I said, okay, I'll do that one. He goes, shh. He said, don't take all the advantage. He said, let the public get the benefit of sponsoring. He says, because then they'll get Krishna consciousness. They become more Krishna conscious. So he said, let them have the benefit. You already are initiated. So, so I remember that it isn't just we're collecting money. It's who's going to benefit by sponsoring the various outfits. So even if you're a devotee, you want to give or pledge or something, it'll be the ornaments. And actually ornaments, as we heard the class, actually is Balaram or Nityanand, because Nityanand's anniversary as well. They were installed in 94. So you can do your maths. I think it's 28 years, perhaps, and it's Janmashtami and it's, 125th anniversary. So please, I would tell devotees that even if somebody is thinking of sponsoring, you can give towards the outfits plus the jewelry like that. It's a great moment. And then you remember, I supported that moment. Otherwise, we're glorifying Srila Prabhupada. And when it comes to commitment, it's like, oh, Prabhu, we get all this kind of answers. So I would say, let's commit and let's send something from Coventry as a gratitude to Srila Prabhupada. Mutal Calcutta Iskcon, there is something from Coventry. Thank you very much, Jai. And I really appreciate people do give. And thank you very much for that. Otherwise, this temple won't be running. And your commitment, your expression, your glories of the Lordship, it really helps all of us. Please don't think it's Vidur and Haridas and few in the management, they doing you a favor. I'm sorry, you are doing us a favor, because without you there, this yatra won't be there. So I really like to thank you all for tuning in regularly, especially every evening when we're reading the scriptures. And the children are really contributing. I mean, they did a program the other Sunday. It was fantastic, We are made redundant, Vidur, you and I. We're on the way to retirement. They're taking over, And I really like what you said, Prem Prakash. You're slowly taking over Hinckley. It's as if like it's like Afghanistan. What's happened? Suddenly they took over. So when you said that, I thought, oops. So, but it's right though. We should take over.
It's correct. Yeah,
it's correct. But it was like slowly taking over Hinckley. Excellent. Really, really proud of everyone. Thank you, Vidya Prabhu, for co-hosting. It was fantastic. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Jai Jai Sri Radhe. Sri Radhe Shyam. Thank you so much.
Jaya Jaya Nityananda Rohini Kumara Patita Udhara Lagi Subahu Pasara Gada Gada Madhura Madhura Dabo Ardhe ke ghare preme dhari deya kuna Jaya Jaya Nityananda Rohini Kumara Patita Udhara Lagi Subahu Pasara Dagamaga lochana goraye nirantara shonara kamale yena firaye brahmara dhayara thakura nitai paradhukka jane खण्ड रोहिणी कुमार पतित उद्धार लागी सुबाहु पसार
परेश्वरः परेषु मां पातु पमादिपति परेश्वरः परेषु मां पातु पवित्रकीर्तनः भूमण्डलं सर्षपवद्विलक्ष्यते यन्मूर्ध्नि मां पातु स भूमिमण्डले सेनाशु मां रक्षतु सीरपाणिर्युद्धे सदा रक्ष